got to see this.
So this thing basically detects if there's anything listening or gathering information on you.
Let's say you click the lock button. Now I have the lock, unlock, trunk, all of the buttons on your key fob just from one press. I could make a fake network and be stealing credit card numbers as well as their passwords. And there'd be no way for them to know that I was doing it. John@gmail.com, password hack this.
No sh...
I actually have a warning here.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. Look at this. There's a red warning.
Wait a minute. This is my place? Dude, are you carrying all this stuff all the time now, like the last...
Yeah, it's always in my backpack.
Right on. So this is the latest and greatest EDC.
Yeah.
Are you still carrying the flipper?
The flipper, that is in my pocket. So at all times, always have the flipper. And the reason, honestly, is that I'll show a cool attack, which it'll probably end up being some type of B-roll or something in here because we have to do it in a non-disclosed location or whatever. But I have some custom firmware on here now that they can, break into a ton of different cars. And it's on a rolling code system, meaning like every time you hit the button on your key fob, the code changes and the car only accepts the new code. And this has custom firmware that gets in sync with that rolling code. Let's say you click the lock button. Now I have the lock, unlock, trunk, all of the buttons on your key fob just from one press. And that was one thing they lost their minds over, saying that that attack's been around 20 years. It's not rolling code. It's not this, but it is rolling code. It is a new attack. So, and I'll demonstrate it on the show, once we get outside or whatever point that is. But the flipper, and then this was actually given to me. This is called it's a dual ESP by a company called AWOC Dynamics. I believe they're so AWOC. A guy, I was at this hacker conference called DEF CON, which is the biggest hacker meetup in the world, I believe. And a friend of mine, another YouTuber, Talking Sasquatch, just comes up to me and hands this to me. And it was obvious because I know what these pins mean. They fit in the flipper. So you plug this into the top of the flipper. They're called GPIO pins.
Oh shit!
And it makes this thing look ridiculous. But
Flipper on steroids. Here we go.
Well, the flipper doesn't have Wi-Fi capability by default. So this gives it two different Wi-Fi chips that do Bluetooth. They do other things as well. But you'll see that the flipper, when I turn this thing on, I give it 5 volts. You'll see the power of it goes on. And then I have a touch screen here now where I can do Wi-Fi attacks. There's sniffers, scanners, war driving, attacks, general, so beacon spamming, Rick rolls, evil portals, deauth, meaning like disconnecting devices from the network, deauth targeted, meaning target a specific device. And the cool thing about this is it can run.
What do you mean target a specific device?
So let's say you had a wireless camera outside, and I see that address, like that's coming up as a device on the screen here. I could target just that device.
How do you know what the device is? I mean, there's probably 100 wireless devices at the studio at all times. How do you narrow it down and go, that's that fucking camera right over there in the right corner?
So it depends. If it's broadcasting like BLE, for example, or a MAC address, there's a thing called like an OUI database that you can identify it from the digits there, which I'm just trying to simplify things. But like there's ways you could do that, or you could just do a deauth flood, which then just hits everything it possibly can. And then you could take a safe bet that if it's on, the frequency that this is deauthing on, it's going to knock it offline.
Gotcha.
But what's cool about this is a lot of things, because I just, like, without going into the nitty gritty of it, the Wi-Fi capabilities. It also has Bluetooth capabilities and Bluetooth attacks. And one of them's called Sour Apple, and I'll get more into that later. You could spoof an AirTag with this thing, like to make it people. You could do.
What do you mean? What do you mean spoof an AirTag? What does that even mean?
So, it'll make your phone believe that there's an AirTag there. So like you know how your phone will say you're being tracked by an AirTag, but like these antennas versus an AirTag's antennas are way more significant. I'll show you more once I get over to this other tool about Bluetooth attacks, but some really cool stuff there. But the reason why this is called a dual ESP, which means there's 2 boards in it. You can use the flippers on the custom. There's a custom app in here that, like, let's say I wanted to do one attack that's taking your cameras offline, and then I want to do another attack that's stealing your passwords. I can use 2 different networks completely, doing 2 different attacks, because this has 2 boards in it, and the flipper knows to use one or the other. So this,
How are you going to steal the passwords?
I'll show you. I'll show you because I have something else for that. It's unbelievable, but this was a cool gift, and I wanted to show it off because it looks cool, you know. And then this right here, I think you're really gonna like this. So a company, also Kickstarter related.
I'm not going to like it, Brian. I
You're-
don't like any of this stuff.
You might not like this. You might not. All right, so this is called the BLE Shark Nano, and the company, I think they're for sale now, but they sent them out to me because I asked, like it was like, because I really wanted one. It looked cool, and the guy was nice enough. I think his name was George. He sent it out to me, and I was like, you know, who knows, you know, like what I'm going to do with it. I just want to play around with it. I recorded a video at that conference, and it's got like 20 million views, like me just showing this thing off. And I was not expecting that at all. So I'll show you what I mean by stealing the passwords. I think that this should do it. Okay, so now go to your phone, just go to settings, go to Wi-Fi, and you should see a free Wi-Fi there. I just named it free Wi-Fi.
All right, and my phone's over here. Oh, shit, here we go.
Don't worry, it won't hurt anything.
Yep, free Wi-Fi, got it.
So what happens when you click free Wi-Fi?
I should click it. All right, here we go. Sign into your Google account.
Okay, so just put in like Sean@gmail.com. And then just put in whatever password you want. I got it. So, should I walk over to you because it's small?
Yeah.
All right, so we got Sean@gmail.com. Password hack this.
No shit.
Yeah, so for the people, I don't know if they could hear me. For the people that couldn't see this little device, Sean just got a network that said free Wi-Fi. It could have been airport Wi-Fi, that could have been hotel Wi-Fi, that could have been Starbucks Wi-Fi, it could be whatever I wanted to name that network. And what happened was he got what's called a captive portal, which a lot of people would be familiar with. They might not recognize the term, but you connect to a free network in public and the screen pops up that says like, I agree to the terms and conditions. Or if you're in a hotel room, it might say, you're in room 1308 and your last name is this. And then when you press submit, it tells the hotel, yeah, this is a guest, give them access to our network. That's a captive portal. In this case, it created a fake Google captive portal that looked like the real Google login. I mean, I don't think there's any way you could have differentiated that from a real Google login, because what you're taught in phishing attacks is to look at the URL. If the URL doesn't say google.com, then it's not real, right? Well, in captive portals, the URL just says captive.apple.com as the default. So there's no way to tell that's not real. Like you should never put your credentials in is basically what I'm saying into any captive portal. And another thing to think about regarding hotel Wi-Fi or anything related, let's say you're at a hotel or you're on an airplane and you're trying to get internet and you have to put your credit card in to get it. Like maybe the hotel charges more for faster internet. I've seen that, like to support streaming or whatever. I could make a fake network that says, and stand outside of a hotel or leave a device outside of a hotel or be on an airplane and require a credit card with a name, with an address, with all this info for them to upgrade their connection or upgrade whatever it may be and be stealing credit card numbers as well as their passwords. And there'd be no way for them to know that I was doing it, because the second that they submit it and it's over with, now they're connected to the internet if I route it to the internet.
I mean, how many people are doing this? I feel like this could be happening at every single hotel. I think it would be naive to think it's not happening all over the place. I mean,
there's a lot more cybersecurity people out there now than there were when I was a kid. Like, I don't know that I can't, there's no way to tell you how many black hats exist, how many people get arrested for hacking charges. I mean, I don't have those numbers, but it's,
Is this like pretty common though?
I mean, these attacks I wouldn't say that the attacks are trivial because they're like your average person. It would take some time to understand these topics to know how to recreate that attack. You could buy a device that just does it, but I don't know. I can't tell you how prevalent these are, but it like I could give you that device and you could do that with 2 clicks.
Well, I mean, the reason I'm asking is, I mean, you travel a lot. I travel a lot. You know, we spend a lot of time in hotels and airports and shit like that. I'm always connecting to the airplane Wi-Fi, even though the shit never works.
Yeah.
I love paying $10 and then you don't get any fucking internet.
Yeah, but you put your credit card in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do you know it's really?
So that's what I'm getting at. You know, if you go to whatever, the Holiday Inn Express, and you want to get internet, and there's Holiday Inn Guest, Holiday Inn Express Guest, you don't know which one's the legitimate one. They make them look identical. So
Yeah, there's no way for you to know the difference. So
how can people guard against something like that?
there's not a great way to do it unless you unless you know a little bit about, computers. Because like what I would do in that case is I would try to, like, in a captive portal on a phone, you can't like view the source of the page, like look at the code of the front end client side of the page. I would look at that to see if there's anything odd there that's not connecting to like, because that, like, this isn't connected to the internet right now. So for you to see that Google page, it had to load the Google logo from that device. It had to load all of the text on the page from that device. Whereas if it was actually pulling data from Google, you would see all of the Google links inside it's called the source code.
You know what everybody dreads? The inbox. I've gone through thousands and thousands of emails, and I hear you loud and clear. So we're making it official. The Vigilance Elite store is fully stocked. We're dropping new gear more often. Some limited edition, some permanent staples. We've got hats, tees, and even Vigilance Elite tumblers. And yes, before you ask, I'm still booze-free. It's been 3.5 years. Relax. It's just water. If you were one of those emails, consider this your green light. Head over to SeanRyanShow.com and stock up.
So that, like, if you're on a laptop, like in a perfect world, you could right click, you could hit view source and see if in the code, if it actually is going to the name of the hotel.com or google.com. And if that's true, it still doesn't guarantee that it's real, but it gives you a better chance.
Gotcha.
And then inside of these captive portals, there's like sometimes it doesn't just say captive.apple.com. You'll see like an actual name at the top, but anything can be modified, man. And I just say the general way to put this is just don't trust public Wi-Fi. So I wish I could give you a solid answer. I don't think anybody would be able to give you a better answer than that, because it's kind of an up in the air. Public Wi-Fi, there's way more vulnerabilities than just that.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I got a couple things about cellular that I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's nothing against what you said. It's more just about cellular in general and my worries for it. So firstly, there's this thing right here, which is a Verizon hotspot. It looks no different than a Verizon hotspot. That's what it is. It is a hotspot. I think it's called the Orbit. The actual, or Orbic is the actual model of it. They're about $9 on eBay as of recording right now. And if I plug it in, I'll show you how simple this is.
So this is the exact same thing as what I just gave you, just unsecure.
Yeah, so this is just a hotspot.
Okay.
But I modified this hotspot with a custom firmware called Ray Hunter.
Of course you did.
And for $9, I can, which I know you're gonna want one of these. This is up your alley.
Is this going to be the framed piece for this episode?
I don't know, but I bring this every country I go to, everywhere I go. So it's charging right now. Let me turn it on. Come on. There it goes. Okay. So you see, it's got their logo and everything on it. You would never know this isn't a real hotspot.
Yeah.
It still does broadcast a network on it. And you'll see at the top here, you're going to start seeing a green or red, hopefully green, a green or red line the second that it boots up. Okay, so it has no service at the moment, but it's loading. Okay, see that green line at the top there?
Yeah.
So that means that there are no stingrays within proximity to us, which is going real simple is how the feds or certain people can track your phone's location, the information that comes from your phone. Like just think of it as a way to determine if your phone's being tracked. And you could just have this running at all times, sitting in your pocket, and instead of it acting as a Wi-Fi router or hotspot, I can take this, I can use my phone. I'll show you. I could go and connect to the Verizon network right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go right to my browser. Hold on. Stingray Hunter. Where's it at? Come on. And I'll just...
So this thing basically detects if there's anything listening or gathering information on you within some type of a radius.
Yeah, and you don't have to stare at it. You know, that's kind of the good thing about it is you don't have to stare at it and if it turns red once, it's here, hold on, I'll show you.
Like when you came to the old studio and we had that little piece of shit EMF detector thing and we found something on the wall and we're like, where is it?
Yeah, this is a whole different thing. Let me just look. I have it in my bookmark. Sorry, because I have the actual Verizon page and then I have the page of it where it's modified. Sorry. Here we go. All right. So, actually, what the heck? I actually have a warning here.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. Look at this. There's a red warning. So I'll download that PCAP after. Like I seriously didn't set this up. I really didn't. I swear to God.
Well, shit. How do you know what it is?
I'll download it and try to see, but it just lets me know there's a device within proximity. That's the first time that's my first time ever seeing a warning.
This is likely, if you just turn your device on, this is likely a false positive.
Well, there's two other captures above it. So I don't know. There's a couple below it and above it. So we'll have to look into that. I've never even seen that.
Wait a minute. This is my place?
I mean, I didn't look at it.
This says Thursday, July 3rd, Wednesday, September 10th.
Well, then that would be incorrect, unless the top one has the wrong date.
Top one is Monday, October 20th.
That's today?
Yeah.
Yeah, then the other one I must have missed it.
Dude, you can't be fucking with me like that.
I didn't need to. I barely looked at it. I just saw red and was like,
I just told you how paranoid I get about this shit.
Well, this is why you need one of these.
I need to buy that.
It's $9 right now. I'll just give you this one. But
that's $9?
Yeah, it's a hacked version of a Verizon hotspot. But
so you just turn that on anywhere you go. How far is the radius?
I mean, it's anywhere it receives cellular, just like a cell phone would.
Yeah.
So what it's doing is like this interface is because I'm connected to the hotspot as if you would be using it, but it's on a custom port. It's called. So like you know how like people can root their Androids, meaning like giving it more permissions and install custom apps. This is running a version of Android that's rooted, and then it's running that custom software. So you just go in here, you let it run all day, and then you can go and just check, is it green, is it red? And if it is red, the Ray Hunter, like GitHub is like where all the developers put their stuff. You can copy the file and put it in there and they'll analyze it for you. Like you don't even need to know what you're looking at. So they'd be interested in this red one that I have because I've never even seen red before. This is my first time. But yeah, I thought you would like this because it's kind of a cool, cheap little hacky thing, but it works.
I'm getting like one of those for everybody on the team.
Yeah, I'll set them all up for you. All right, so that one,
What's that called?
this is a regular Verizon hotspot, but the software on it's called Ray Hunter,
Okay.
and then this is the Orbic, Orbic, Verizon Orbic.
Right on.
Yeah, I got mine on eBay. Let me turn it off. But as long as you're seeing a green line, you're good. And I didn't see a red line here, so I was like, as soon as I logged into the portal, it was like red. I was like, what? Never seen red.
So what do you do if it's red? Get a new hotel room?
Put your phone in airplane mode or in a Faraday bag real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because I never had it happen, but I like to know if someone's spying on me,
So they could be sucking info out even. No matter where you're watching Sean Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.